Nick, it's October 8th. The Reds aren't playing baseball anymore in the MLB, but several Reds are still playing, and we have a deep drive of the day.
Always good in October to have a deep drive of the day from Matt McLain, right? I mean, that's what we all expected coming into the season. But we did have a deep drive of the day. Matt McLain hit a 2-run home run in the Arizona Fall League. We'll talk about that in a second. 93.7 off the bat, 398 glorious feet. And as always, our deep drive today sponsored by Deep South Commodities. DSC is a leader in renewable commodities for biofuel production. They specialize in used cooking oil collection, aggregation, and sales. Visit www.deepsouthcommodities.com for more information. Thanks to John and his team at DSC.
A tip of the cap to John and his team for sure. And like you mentioned, the Arizona Fall League got underway Tuesday, opening night for the Arizona Fall League. Several Reds making an appearance for the Glendale Desert Dogs, who pick up a 15-13 win over the Peoria Javelinas. We'll go with final score in that one, 15-13. But Nick, basically every Red who participated in this game had a good game.
Yeah, you couldn't have had better stat lines than what we saw. Obviously, if they all went 0 for 4, I don't think we'd be losing our minds over it by any means. But nice look. It's great to see these guys out. These are all guys, everyone that played today is someone that I'm very intrigued with, and good to see them all performing well. How much it means, probably not a whole lot, but the most important thing is that these guys overall looked healthy. And when you're hitting the ball really hard, like several of these guys did, that's the biggest, most important key, and that's a great sign to see here.
Yeah, absolutely. Two guys that you expect in 2025 to be contributing to the Major League roster, Matt McLain and Christian Encarnacion-Strand, both pick up 2 hits on the day. McLain 2 for 3 with a double and a home run. He also added a walk and 2 RBIs. CES 2 for 4 with a double and 3 RBIs on the day. But there were also 2 players who had good days who really are battling for a place on the 40-man roster, Nick, and that's Tyler Callahan and Edwin Arroyo.
Yeah, Tyler Callahan, 2 hard hit balls, playing in left field in this game. He's been a guy that's played mostly second base and third base, but has kind of started to play some left field. It'll be interesting to see if he gets protected or not in the Rule 5 draft. A lot of times, guys that are still in Double-A that are on the position player side, teams tend to be a little bit more conservative in terms of not protecting them because the team has to keep them on the roster all year. Is a team really going to keep Tyler Callahan on a roster in 2025 all season? I don't know about that, but he's a guy that I really like, and I think the Reds want more data on. 2 hard hit balls, so that's really good to see from Tyler Callahan. And then Luis May, a perfect inning, strikeout, got the save in the game. Fastball topped out at 101.8. Has incredible velocity on his fastball. I think it's set a Dayton Dragons record, I believe, over 103. Just a guy that has struggled with walks, although he's seemed like he's picked that up. He got promoted to Chattanooga. Some people thought it was a little bit of a surprise. And then I think once you start to realize, oh, he's Rule 5 eligible and he throws 103 miles an hour, that's probably the reason he got promoted. Not really because of his results, because he was walking a lot of guys at Dayton, but he's been a little bit better. And I think he's probably going to get protected. I think he's less deserving, to be completely honest, than Tyler Callahan is. But I think teams might be, okay, I might be able to hide this guy that could throw 103 at the back of my bullpen. I can't really hide Tyler Callahan on my roster.
Yep. And those 5 players all had really good debuts in the Arizona Fall League, but we got some other news about another player who will be playing this offseason, getting some work in, and that's Noelvi Marte, who will be heading down to the Dominican Republic this offseason. Nick, this is a player, and Noelvi Marte obviously missed the entire first half of the season and didn't really look great in the second half. So sending him down to the Dominican Republic, give him an opportunity to continue to get at-bats, probably a really good thing for the development of Noelvi Marte.
Yeah, absolutely. We wanted to see this. I don't think Noelvi Marte was actually eligible for the Arizona Fall League. I don't know if he can only play once or there's some eligibility thing. I don't exactly understand it. But nonetheless, I think it's good for him to get a little bit of a break, go out to the Dominican Republic to play. I think he'll be more comfortable playing out there. I think there's probably a lot of players that are veteran players, maybe that have already played in the major leagues and are now, finishing out their careers over there, that they could probably provide some good leadership to Noelvi that he just can't get in the United States. And I think this is really good for him. I'm excited for him. I still am a big believer in Noelvi Marte. I've been watching the MLB postseason a lot, and there's a guy, Mark Vientos. Look at Mark Vientos' stats his first full season in the big leagues. Then go look at Noelvi Marte's stats first full season in the big leagues and go, okay, both guys were top prospects. Took Mark Vientos a little bit of time to get it going, and now he's a postseason star right now for the New York Mets. So Marte's still incredibly young. He shouldn't be guaranteed anything at this point. Should not be guaranteed a roster spot, but I still absolutely 1,000% believe in Noelvi Marte, and I hope that he can just, gain some confidence in the Dominican Republic, get some of that, that leadership that I think there's some guys that can really help him, along with that.
Yeah, and confidence is a big piece of this, I think, for Noelvi Marte. I think he knows that he let the team down by getting suspended for that first half of the season. And then the second half of the season didn't go the way he wanted it to and the way that many Reds fans expected it to. And so, an opportunity for him to really show exactly what he can bring to this squad moving forward.
Yeah, and two other quick things from three other things from the Arizona Fall League I want to touch on real quick. Number one, CES hit a ball 110 off the bat. That is great to see. That is the CES. Now, again, I don't even know who the hell he hit it off of. Now, these are all talented pitchers. Like these are guys like Luis May that went out and threw a perfect inning. And I know there was, hopefully you didn't have the under, didn't bet the under in this Arizona Fall League game. But, these are a lot of talented pitchers. And so for him to go out and hit a ball 110 off the bat, there's not a lot of filler. This isn't like a minor league game where you're hitting a ball off of a filler pitcher. Like, these are all guys that have some sort of talent. So that's great to see. Matt McLain hit the homer, but the double that he hit was actually a much better hit, 105.6 off the bat, 364 feet. And then Edwin Arroyo, how about that? 2 hard hit balls from him. Edwin Arroyo is such a wild card for the Reds right now because he barely scratched the surface at Double-A to end 2023. He has this incredible spring training that kind of came out of nowhere. Last season in 2024 gets hurt, and Edwin Arroyo, when I came into spring training, I didn't think he was even close to being in the Reds' plans. But then he has this great spring, and spring stats are not worth a whole lot. But it was the way the Reds were using him in spring that made me think differently of him than the results themselves, because the Reds were throwing him out there a lot with a lot of big league games. They were playing him. It was Edwin Arroyo and a bunch of big leaguers in a lot of games. And so I think this organization has some belief in Edwin Arroyo. I wouldn't count on him to be playing anywhere at the beginning of the season. I think he probably starts in Triple-A. I think they're going to give him some time there. But I wouldn't be shocked if we do see Edwin Arroyo at some point in 2025. And he's a very, very talented player. And I'm sorry, one other note, Craig. This is a really cool one. So Matt McLain in this game got 3 at-bats, 4 plate appearances, and he got replaced by his brother Sean McLain, who is the Dodgers' 5th-round draft pick. Replaced him at second base, and he finished out the game. That's pretty cool. They're both playing on the same team with the Desert Dogs. So yeah, I'm sure the McLain family, what a cool day for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And shout out to the Arizona Fall League. For those of you that aren't paying attention to it, these games are all broadcast online. You can watch them all, be able to check in with all of your favorite Reds as they go through this fall workout, and StatCast data available for these games, giving a lot of really good insight. I saw some information on Luis May and his pitch shape and a lot of other things that we don't typically get from some of these minor leaguers. So a real good opportunity for us to get some good insight into these guys and get to see some more baseball for those of you that aren't all baseballed out just yet.
We also want to remind you that you can call or text 988 anytime, day or night. The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is a place to get support for anything related to mental health. Whether it's an immediate crisis, simply wanting to find out how to connect with care, or anything in between, it's a 100% confidential, secure, and anonymous way to reach out for help. when you don't know where else to turn. To connect, call or text 988 or visit mantherapy.org to get help. It's okay not to be okay.